Hello, welcome back, welcome to my channel. In this new video I would like to show you a restoration work I have been doing in the past. This was done on the Sansui AU-X11, which really was the top of the line in the early 80s, and it's really a fantastic integrated amplifier. It's really built like a tank. One channel was dead, so I restored it, I repaired, and I took the opportunity to work on the other channel as well, in order to have matching performance on both channels. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for your attention. This is how my Sansui AU-X11 amplifier is looking like today. This is restored, and I'm utilizing it on a daily basis, and it's really sounding wonderful. When I acquired it, the situation was a little bit different. The amplifier was always in protection mode, in fact, and after some additional checks, I discovered that this was due to one channel being completely dead, and in particular the output transistors within one of the two channels were shorted, as well as some other transistors within the driver board on this channel. So as you can see, of course I disassembled it, and believe me, it's not so easy, because it's really built like a tank. So I began working on the defective channel, replacing the output transistors, replacing also all the transistors which were shorted, which were many. Of course, in order to achieve matching performance, I replaced the same transistors, in particular the output transistors, on the other channel as well. Also, as you might see in the middle, I replaced the main supply capacitors. I found new capacitors with the same diameter as the original ones, in order to match the clamp which keeps them in position. And also, as you might see, I have replaced also many of the electrolytic capacitors. Also, the relay you can see on the right is a relay which engages the power supply for the preamplifier with a delay. So I replaced it. After a successful and careful fire up of the amplifier with the new output transistors and all the new parts I have spoken before, I began to again carefully reassemble it. This is another picture of the internal part of the amplifier. As you can see, work progressed. Reassembling work progressed. You see in the middle the power supply capacitors, on top and below the two driver board and output transistor. You might see the output transistors here. Also on your right, you see what I would call the main power supply board, especially feeding the preamplifier sections. On the left, other boards belonging to the preamplifier section. As you can see, the construction is very complex. Really, this amplifier is really very well built, with plenty of shielding also between the different sections. As part of the restoration works, I also replaced the two output relays You cannot see them, they are hidden behind the top left corner of this picture. These are the two output relays belonging to the protection circuit, which connect the speakers to the output section when the protection decides that the conditions are met in order to, again, to connect the speakers. Beginning to see some light at the end of the tunnel. The amplifier is almost completely reassembled. You can see now the two transformers. The round one is feeding the output stages, while the other little bit smaller transformer is powering the preamplifier sections. After completely reassembled, time for some additional careful tests. This is the offset, so the output DC voltage in idle situation. Here we have 0.9 millivolts, which is perfectly acceptable, is perfectly within specifications. The polarization was checked and readjusted as well. This is very important. This is set by means of a trimmer in the driver board for each channel, of course. In this case, this is set at 13 millivolts, which is perfectly within the specifications set for this amplifier. So, work completed. You can see the amplifier in its former glory, I believe, ready for other, I would say, 20-30 years of service. Thank you very much for your attention.